Referee Brooks has his arm in the air. And we're underway in semi-final number 2 at the NIHL Final 4 as the Basingstoke Bison, the winners of the Southern Conference Playoffs and League, take on the winners of the League in the North. That was the Sheffield Steeldogs, as Vanya Antonov now comes forward with it over the blue line under a bit of pressure, but dances around his man. Antonov will be driven into the boards here. The puck falls free as Karpov tries to pick it up but can't, and the Steeldogs clear their line, and Mog's going to have to get going with his feet here. He does beat out Ashley Calvert in that foot race there with 28 seconds gone in the period. This could be frenetic, this could be fast. A lot of open ice out there, a lot of guys who like to step into open ice. I like Milan Kalina as a player for the Sheffield Steeldogs. He's done great guns for them, putting up plenty of points this season. 36 goals, leading goal scorer in it, and 69 points, leading point scorer across the two teams in regular season action. As the Bison look to get hold of this one, as Sutton gets it, gets the shot off, hits the netting. But unfortunately for him, it's the side netting as Amosdra's glove had it covered. Sutton trying to work in there, but instead it's Smith who gets it clear, and it's going to fall quite nicely here for Jade Spur. He's got support from Kalina. Spur's going to go find Kalina. Shot didn't go anywhere. It didn't actually get anything on it. Still alive though as Brownlee puts it round, and Malinik has to collect behind his own net. So good opportunity there for the Steeldogs. Maybe that's where they're going to have this advantage with the depth I've spoken about, as Amosdra's going to be forced to cover up there with the on-rushing Connolly. That little bit of depth, the ability to rotate the legs might be really key. I've talked about this all the time as well. It's just those big game experienced players, guys who are used to being here at Coventry. You look at guys like Stuart Mogg, he's grown up in this environment. But then you're going to have a lot of players who have not ever competed here. And you're looking at it right now with Bison line, the likes of Wilson, Smith, Petts. It's a young line, they've got a lot to live up to tonight. And maybe just that could be the difference. Just that little bit of experience could be the difference between going on to tomorrow's final and not making it through, as the Bison are forced to regroup in neutral ice. Some very experienced heads out there. The Bison are missing Joe Baird, probably their most experienced head actually. Unfortunately, injury sidelines him from tonight's proceedings. As Reynolds tries to come away with it, instead Palak collects it, a goal-scoring machine at NIHL 2 level. He's certainly done his bit this season for the Steeldogs as well, as Mogg tries to clear it around the ball, where he finds Petts under a bit of pressure, and all he can do is tap it out the zone, where the Steeldogs will group with 1:43 gone in the period. Forward comes it. It's a good stick on the play there by Josh Spiff, breaking up Cameron Brownlee's attempt to come forward, and the Steeldogs drive it in on net, forcing Skins to divert that puck around the corner as that one goes up into the netting, and everybody else in the building apart from referee Brooks seemed to see it, but eventually the whistle did come. Again, we're talking about that experience. Amosdra, this will be one of his first experience being on the bench here for the Steeldogs, but I can't remember him receiving game experience here for the Steeldogs. Someone like Dean Skin's been a veteran here. Guildford, Basingstoke, Milton Keynes, he's done it and worn them all the jerseys. Probably even been here for Swindon as well. So he knows this building inside out. He knows the bounces off the board. That again could be all the difference in this one, as the Steeldogs look to work it around with Greg Wood going around trying to find Lloyd Glibson, who's driven into the boards as Karpov comes in behind, and Dewey picks up the pieces, tries to find a way out, and eventually does do so, where Barry will find himself under pressure as Karpov collects it. Exciting player, tries to just go for a cheeky one at the near post there, just couldn't get it off. But he does pick up the pieces again as he's driven in hard by Tom Barry, who works him around, but Antonov's got it. Antonov looking for Davies in the slot potentially. He's got Karpov in deep as Dewey tries to come in off the point and offer something else. It does come to Karpov. Dewey's moved forward into the slot, but it's broken up in there. The Steeldogs getting the bodies in the way, and now they break with speed, and it's good as it's the player coach Ben Morgan bring it forward, dumps it on net, forces Skins to make a save, and Dan Davies picks up the rebound. Talking about getting bodies to the net in game one, it's probably going to be the same here. And that one, that was very unlucky there for Milan Kalina. A great takeaway right on the blue line, but Dan Davies had just skated in ahead of it, so it's actually going to be an offside on the play with 2:53 gone in the first. So face-off draw there, and the Bison going to try and come away with this one as Sutton can't beat out the icing there with 3 and 4 gone in the period. We're going all the way up the other end. So we're going down the other end where the Steeldogs are going to try and get the draw win in, get the quick shot off. Could be interesting how this one works out. It's the Bison with yet another win off the draw. Sutton just loses his man though, and Kalina will step in. Good hit on the player there by Reynolds, completely disrupting it. Following up with Calvert, and another good shot there by Kalina, forcing Skins to basically turn away as that one came in at speed, but that one goes up into the netting. We're looking for a brand new puck actually. Someone's taking a souvenir home there. This one coming out because it didn't actually hit Skins on the way, so we're coming out the zone for this draw. Kalina versus Malenik for that one there, and it's another Bison draw win as Malenik tries to work it around, gets it and tries to lay it on to Connolly. No offside on the play. Leaves a bit of a foot race as Scott is forced in the back there. That's Jamie Scott trying to find it. It's Calvert tries to work it out, but Malenik gets ahead of it before it goes out with Smith in the corner as well. Malenik battling hard with Mogg stepping in off the point to try and help his cause, but Scott will collect this one and try and bring this forward for the Steeldogs. They have got a great transition just out their own zone as Kalina will now try and take this forward. Drops it, neat drop pass back there, trying to find a little bit of support. James Spur there with the puck, trying to find a little bit of something. Well, unfortunately, Kalina's skate on was well read there by Kurt Reynolds, and Reynolds will now take control behind the back of his net with just over 4 minutes. There it is, bang on the nuzzle. Nuzzle? Buzzer? Nozzle? Something. There it is, 4 minutes gone in the period. It's been a long night if I can't say that already. Petts tips that one on, stopping out the icing call, so it will be a chase in for Sutton against Bell. The Bison will be able to hold that one in with Wilson, and he actually gets a dance out the corner. Can he find any support? Or has to go in behind the net where he's already got one man. Goes back out to the point where Dewey will step in now. Dewey tries to drive it forward, but a Steeldog stick gets in the way. And forward comes Brownlee. Brownlee will take it out of his own zone. The Bison trying to clog up the middle with Sutton there, but Brownlee lays it off. That'll be offside on the play. And eventually the Steeldogs do actually wheel out the other way, so the Bison will take it out from behind their own net. That is a textbook offside, I think, by our former co-commentator would say alongside me right there. Very excited as he puts his arm in the air, pretends to blow the whistle at the same time. Bison trying to come forward now, and do so through Scott. Dumps it just neatly off the board, and that's a big hit there by Ralph on Wilson at the end of his shift. Now in Karpov to try and pick up the pieces. Can't do so, but good sticks in the play. Keep it alive, and Dan Davies looking to wheel it around. Unfortunately, the boards here in Coventry sometimes aren't the most forgiving as Davies gets the layoff to Antonov, who fires and shot. Karpov's got it out on the far side there and is going to have to try and work it past Brownlee. Uses his body well, laid off very neatly. Antonov, though, just couldn't get his stick on the play. But the Steeldogs can't clear because Antonov's going to get a wheel around and a shot. Zamostra will see that one all day long, though, and settle on the puck with 5:20 gone in the period. It's not like the first game, this one. In the first game, you saw Peterborough have a really strong opening 2 minutes, and then Telford started coming into it and started just hitting them with wave after wave. At the moment, it's very open. I'm liking how the Steeldogs are getting out at the moment here at the Sky Dome. They're really escaping their zone well. They seem to. The Bison might have to try and neutralise that, or are they just going to be happy to accept that? Bison then with it, trying to dump it in as a glove on the play there by Ben Morgan. Didn't quite work out, and Mogg's under a little bit of pressure, but it's a good stick on the play, and that's going to set Connolly up on the turn and go. Connolly takes the zone then. A little bit of pressure with Morgan as he lays it off to Malenik. Malenik tries to go through the legs, can't do so, and Smith is in there battling as well. Steeldogs coming forward, and here you go. Gibson, a clean pass there might have been interesting for Hurst to get clear. Instead, Skins is forced to deal with the shot that's come in late there. And the Steeldogs just working this one around, and Ben Morgan going to have to make a decision whether he's going to stick or twist. He decides to twist and actually does quite well because it forces the Bison back to regroup in their own zone. As Reynolds and it's not clean out there as the Bison look to make that line change, and the Steeldogs do so with Barry trying to bring this one out with Morgan as well. A pair of them working this one across the back, and there's the big ice pass. Good tip on there by Kalina. It's going to force the Bison back as Scott and Kalina go in. Former teammate, they're trying to battle this one out. And eventually, can he get this clear? Sutton under a bit of pressure. Bison get it out the zone though, but that pass on the turn spin around was poor, and Kalina just dances round his man, gets the layoff. Is there an opportunity for Spur? Whistles it past the post. Bison under a bit of pressure. You have to say the Steeldogs have created the better opportunities. Bison had some chances fall to them, but actually the creation has been better from the Steeldogs so far. Dewey working this one in back all the way, and the Bison will take the opportunities to get some fresh legs out with 6:54. That line of Calvert, Kalina and Spur, I like the look of it, and it links up well with the D-men as well. Bison know that's going to be their challenge for tonight. You could see a bit of a line one battle here as Davies trying to work it around, gets the layoff into Antonov, but Antonov's going to be on the backhand, has to lay it back to Karpov. Karpov's going to battle hard in there and try and find a way around, but it's sticks and stones and everything in there that can't do it. Scott forced to drive it forward, and Dan Davies looking for the quick tip. Can't find it, and the Steeldogs just happy to take neutral ice with that one. Force the Bison to come back at them. What else have you got? What else have you got in that playbook? Antonov coming forward now then over the centre ice. Gets an opportunity to get head up. Drops it back for Karpov. Two of the men there, but Karpov will get the opportunity to wheel it around the back of the net. No men at the net yet for the Bison. Davies eventually makes his way there. Karpov's going to try and find Antonov. Antonov gets a chance in the slot. Big rebound. Falls back to Mog. Shot. Save into the net, into the plexiglass behind. And the Steeldogs again just happy to get it out of the zone. That was good creation from the Bison though. Antonov just held on to that shot a little longer, may have created a better chance. Maybe a chance here for them because Antonov sprung the hole. Antonov with the shot broken up there by Lewis Bell. And Bell will now try and take control of this one out of the zone. And forward they come. Palak and Brownlee just miscommunicating there. Could have been a good breakaway. Instead, Brownlee loses the puck and the Bison will get control of it again. This is a sustained spell here for the Bison. Seemingly to have control. They need to probably make this count sooner rather than later. Malinik coming forward, trying to find something. Well broken up. Puck doesn't leave the zone as Reynolds does well to step in. Connolly gets the snapshot off, but it's broken up before it even gets through to the netminder, where Malinik trying to work hard, and that's a big hit on the play there by Brownlee on Malinik. And the Bison now having to regroup and neutralise. The Bison are going to be allowed to come in the Steeldogs defensive zone, but you do get a feeling it's going to be quite hard when they do, and they're going to be met with bodies, they're going to be met with a bit of a challenge. Anyway, Dan Scott with it now, regrouping behind the back of the net, looking for the way out. Again, the boards here in Coventry, sometimes not the friendliest, and Sharnock's going to take full advantage of that there. Sharnock looking to work the opportunity inside well with his man. That was Palak joining him in support, but the Bison free bodies to the Steeldogs 2 in the corner. And eventually, under a lot of pressure here, Malinik, he's going to have to dance away well, and he does so. Trying to draw the penalty there, nothing so far from referee Brooks. Malinik seemingly taking on the Steeldogs all by himself, gets the shot off into the side netting. Well, Malinik had no right to get there, let's be frank and honest, but he did so. Palak just losing control of that one in front of the Steeldogs bench as a big hit comes in from Sharnock on Pets, and Antonov gets the turn away. Antonov, nice pass trying to find Karpov. That one does just escape the zone as Pet steps in with 9:30 in the period. Well, this is frenetic. You're right there, guys. Camera crew, you're okay there? A bit busy, isn't it, so far? It's a bit end-to-end. Unfortunately, Nick can't hear me. We have one. Kev can hear me, and our director and graphics can hear me, but one of our cameramen can't hear me, so he's got no clue what I'm saying. I'm saying all sorts of wonderful things about your work, and you don't know. We'll let him in on the secret later, all right, guys? It's fine, don't worry. Anyway, Barry now with the puck, trying to work a way out for the Steeldogs. That's the big cross-ice pass, which Gibson gets the tip on to beat out the icing, and will put the man under pressure as well. Good play there by Gibson against Dewey, who he takes down to the ice. Helmet gone off, so of course the Steeldogs player will have to leave the ice. And Hurst comes up with the win there. Said to watch out for him. That's a pass, though, that maybe he'll want back because Karpov's going to try and step in. Goes out the other way, and Spurs actually sprung a loop behind the hole of back of them. Reynolds, though, is there to try and pick it up alongside Hurst, and Antonov does the rest of it. 2-on-2 break if the Bison could have worked that one. Sadly, they didn't. Instead, Antonov's now going to get the chance to come forward. Might make it all in by himself. Trying to create something out of nothing at all. He's trying to find support. He's had to go back out to the point where he finds Davies. Davies is going to be allowed to step in and shoot. High, big rebound. Zamostra still, that puck never got covered up there. No, referee Brooks on the wrong side, deciding that Zamostra must have got there, but actually I think you'll find that he never got that cleared with 10 and 18. Let's have a look. Davies just allowed there. He'd fancied to get that one lower, but let's look at that bobble. Yeah, there it is, there it is. Never actually covered up, just completely there to be snaffled home. But referee Brooks had indeed hit the whistle, and what the referee says goes. Don't we know that? (10 and 18) then. To go as Carmichael drops the puck and Smith works it around the balls where Spur gets the tip on. Oh, if that had fallen out, it actually would have been a 2-on-1 advantage for the Steeldogs. Instead, the Bison might get the chance to come the other way. Dan Davies just losing it off the end. Calvert steps in with the support of Kalina. Mogg having to drive him into the boards. Kalina does very well, though, as does Mogg actually. Comes out on top in that battle of body and stick. And now we go back the other way, but we're going to have an icing call on this one with 10 and 41 gone in the period. Yeah, just before that, all of a sudden the play broke up, and that's something the Bison are going to have to keep hold on because it looks like they're very happy to push that additional D-man forward, but you could end up in a situation with a bad bounce. We know how the boards are in Coventry here at times, and all of a sudden you got a 2-on-1 for the Steeldogs. They missed that one earlier on, but they would have probably liked it second time around. Mogg then with it behind the back of the net, plays it out as Reynolds takes it, and now Connolly, just about takes neutral ice in order to not have an icing call. Puck goes into the corner where there is a battle, and the sides are going to try and work this one out. Falls quite nicely if Connolly gets the play onto Malinek. Malinik's got a man on the far side. In Reynolds, who lets fly. Great Matt Cote-esque block there by Scott. I think he felt that one. He's double checking his face and double checking his helmet. Coming back the other way now is Calvert. He tries to dips and dangle, gets it across and forces Skins into a stretch just to make sure that one didn't go anywhere near as Reynolds lines his man up with a big hit there on Cleaner. That one just hits the netting though, and it will be a tip, so we won't have a delay of game. So we'll just stay in the zone 11 and 19. Yeah, Reynolds was lining up for that one. He called for it and he let fly with it, and it was an absolutely great sliding stop there by Jamie Scott. That's what you do in the playoff finals and the playoff weekend. You put your body on the line, you let it down, and you're hopefully going to just come up and it just not hit you in the bits where there's money to be made. I don't have that problem. Don't have a face that's worth money at all. It's fine. They always try and get a refund on my face. That's why we try and keep the camera down to a minimum. Steeldogs with an opportunity here, maybe, but the Brownlee's pass on to Palak doesn't quite find his man, and Bell is able to collect in neutral ice. Takes back into his own zone. Now Ralph with it. Ralph works it back across again. Former Bracknell player there, Tom Ralph. Goes back across ice. They're really stretching the ice well here, the Steeldogs. Sharnock, they're almost willing the Bison to commit to the hit or commit to the challenge. And as a result, they might be able to. It just needs 1 in 10, but that 1 in 10 might be the difference. Smith takes it forward, trying to find Antonov. Can't do so, though, because the Steeldogs have got the body back, and Sutton's going to have to get moving against Brownlee here. Good win on the stick battle, and Antonov picks up the rest. Tries to get out of the skates of Brooks there. Antonov a little bit by himself at the moment, so has to try and dump it in and work it around. Bison midline change. Good hit, but he wins the puck back. Lays it back, finds the man. Wilson gets the turn, gets the shot. Oh, a little bobble. Zamostra in the end wasn't too worried about that one too much, but you never know how these things go. Wilson now with it, and again, Wilson and Smith working this one well. Coach Morgan comes in to try and get it. It's actually a stick on there by Smith, who does a bit of damage. And Petts just can't get away from his man, and the Steeldogs might get the clear on this one, at least to neutral ice where Wilson will regroup in laying it back to Reynolds, and the Bison stay with the same line as Petts takes it forward. Petts might go for a shot here, trying to get the cover up, but instead it goes whistling past the post. Stayed in the zone, courtesy of Mogg, who lays it off to Karpov. Karpov finds Reynolds, he goes second time lucky, and Zamostra again, well, he's made the save. I'm not quite sure if he knows where it is, but he's made the save. We're going to go to a replay. Great work, guys, well done. Karpov now then reeling it around. Reynolds again with the big drive. He's got it. There was a little bit of a look of where quite has that one gone. Never a good sign when you see the netminder do that. That slightly nervous moment as they look behind them and they just go, what's going on? Back out to the point then as Reynolds tries to wheel it. Third time, broken up at the front of the net. And the Steeldogs come out the other way as Gibson works this one forward. Skins gets hold of it though, and Reynolds wheels around his man with ease there. That's a good play by Reynolds. Defence into attack as it is, as Davies lays it on. He's got man in the middle. Oh, the Bison will want that one back. Unfortunately, just fell off the end. Now forward come the Steeldogs. Is this where they're going to spring an opportunity? Shot in on Skins. Andrew Hurst decided for the cover-up. Just went for the cover-up there rather than anything more special. And referee Brooks deciding he wants to have a little word with one of the Sheffield Steeldogs players, just out of shot there, down on the side, number 9. Tom Barry having a little chat. Don't follow in, don't be naughty, tut tut tut. 13 and 21 gone in the period. I didn't curse this game. Game 1 I cursed. I said there's going to be an early goal, it's going to be great, and then there wasn't an early goal, and eventually Telford got there. I haven't cursed it yet, it's fine. No curse of the commentator. Yet. Steeldogs to the point, drive, shot, tip nearly at the net there by Calvert, would have made that interesting. Instead it goes into the corner where the Bison are going to try and get the wheel away with Connolly. A lovely lay off to Malinek. Malinek goes for the early shot, tries to get the rebound off the back of the net. Goes up on the net, and the Bison will be very happy to take the cover up there. 13 and 34. There's a penguin. I'm assuming it's a penguin. Is it a penguin? We're nodding with a penguin. Good. My eyesight is terrible from a distance, even when I've got a big screen next to me. But it's a penguin. All the best fancy dresses here. I love fancy dress here. I love it when it all gets, all the best regalia of fancy dress comes on. It's great. Steeldogs then trying to come forward with this one. And it's dumped all the way down the ice for an ice. Have we got any more fancy dress in the crowd? Camera people, have you spotted any more fancy dress in the crowd? Nothing else for us. No, those people aren't in fancy dress over there, Kev. They're whole Pirates fans. That's just their jerseys. It's fine. We're just having a look around now. I've sent them with a task of telling me... I'm just going to knock down a bit of noise in my ear for a second. Bear with me. There we go, that's better. Scott then with the puck. He's going to try and work this one out for the Steeldogs. 13 and 53, and this is a chance here because Kalina's got round his man. He's got round Dewey. He's going to get a chance on Skins right down the gut. Skins battling for it, loses his stick. It's still alive, and I think he's actually managed to get a glove on that one in the end. He lost his stick there, made it for quite a frightening moment for Dean Skins in the Bison net. He now hopes there's a replay of that. Go on, treat me. Oh, it's a shake of the head. Oh, we blaming the camera people. We blame the camera people. Yep, good, right, fine. Yep, camera people's fault. Yep. It's all right, Kev. It's fine. Don't worry. It's a good save. It was a little bit worrying for Skins though, because at one point he didn't have control of the stick. So you also lose one of your implements, bits of equipment, which could have made it a bit more challenging. Anyway, 14 and 3 gone in the first. Face-off draw win for the Bison, and Mogg will look to come away with this. Lays it off in there to Davies, who lays it on to Karpov, comes on at speed, but speed didn't come with the required quality there because it just fell off the end of the stick as Brooks has control of it. Bison now trying to regroup in their own zone as Reynolds works it around the boards. Does so to Mogg into Antonov, but Antonov again just losing on the end of the stick. Earlier in the game, Bison were taking control of those opportunities. Right now, don't know if it's the ice, don't know if it's the conditions, don't know if it's fatigue, whatever it is. It's just beginning to wear and thin. Anyway, here come the Steeldogs. Kalina comes in over neutral ice. He's enjoying dancing around the Bison forecheck at the moment. And Reynolds gets the turn out under a bit of pressure, but Karpov opens his legs into Antonov. Antonov looks to slip and slide, but Ralph is equal to him. And that will actually fall in favour of the Steeldogs because Kalina's going to look for a way out. He finds it through Bell, lays it onto Calvert. Calvert lays it back for Bell for the drive. That one's wide. And instead it comes back the other way as Scott now has it. Scott, Bison with a 3-on-3 here if they work this one well. Scott looking for support, has to go in behind the back of the net. Anybody's going to clog up the gap, tries to fire it on Zamosdra, but he's alert to it at the near post. And the Bison will collect again as we go into the final 5 minutes of this opening period. It was very frenetic early on. It's just begun to settle into a bit of a tempo at the moment as Sutton brings it forward, dumps it up. Morgan, getting that one in the way with the stick as Malenik works hard, and eventually it comes around to Sutton behind the back of the net, who works it back to Malenik. Malenik turning, trying to go, trying to find something, but it's broken up again, and Sutton now has it. Sutton plays it into Malenik. He probably wasn't expecting it, but he does well there to keep control of it as Morgan feeds it back out, and it's just a bit hard, and Mogg's going to be in a bit of a foot chase here against Sharnock as it's played around the boards, and Dewey just decided to let it roll. In the end, didn't cost them too much, but on another day a player steps in there and it gets a shot on net. Anyway, Steeldogs coming out now. Sharnock takes it over the blue line, looks to dump it, but Reynolds' stick is well in the way there, and Karpov tries to take it again, but actually it'll be an offside due to the break up in play with 16 and 10. Trying to work the puck out the zone. It goes back to Barry on the blue line, who works it across into Morgan, then back to Barry again. Barry looking to dance, trying to find something as Mogg works it round the boards into Reynolds. Reynolds with the skate out now, trying to find something, and does so, and finds Karpov. Karpov lets the shot go, but it's past the post. Not going to worry Zamosdra too much, that one. And then Hurst tries to pick up the pieces, but Karpov putting Barry under pressure, but Barry does very well there to hold that. nearly gets out the zone. Kurt Reynolds doing well to keep a stick on it, and Antonov and Karpov try and keep this one as an opportunity alive for the Bison with 16 and 50 gone in the period. Antonov looking for some bodies in the slot, can't find any, so has to wheel and deal. Mogg eventually gets it round to Petz. Petz has it. He's got men at the net if he can find them. He's trying to do something, and he gets it to Antonov. Antonov under pressure though from Morgan, and the Steeldogs step in but can't clear the zone. Driven on net, tip. Zamostra! Oh, that looked like it nearly went in there by Antonov. Zamostra dropped down on save number 1, but was nowhere to be seen for the second save. Unfortunately for him, the deflection just didn't fall how he wanted it. Steeldogs now trying to take this one forward as Hurst works it in there with the support, as Scott drives his man into the boards. Hurst still trying to find a way out of it, but he can't because Malinik's got it. 3-on-3 break here for the Bison with Malinik in support. Malinik going to go for it himself, gets the shot off, big save, big rebound. Aaron Connolly with the rebound, driven on net, blocked by the defender. Malinik trying to wheel out of space and find something. Plays it off the board into Dewey, who gets smothered by Calvert there. And the puck just slips out the zone. The Bison with Dan Scott drop it in, and Zamostra flashes the glove to show everybody what he can do. With 17 and 48 gone in the period, we'll have a face-off in the Steeldogs' end.
Of course, a very good afternoon to the 3 bottle jobs.
Face-off draw win then, and the Steeldogs will look to come away with this one as it's played into Calvert. Calvert trying to get his eyes up, and that's a lovely pass to Kalina. He's going to spring a chance, gets the shot off into the side netting, ripples the net zone. There's a little bit of afters with Kalina going in there, and Dan Scott not very happy because Skins has gone down behind the net. Kalina just letting out a big smile to everybody who can see it. Skins still down behind the back of the Bison net at the moment with 2 minutes to go in the period as physio Matt Plested comes across. Funny for a game that's had nothing in the way of foul play or nothing in the way of penalties or whatever. All of a sudden you get that incident. Dean just having a chat there with the physiotherapist for the Bison. And it looks like Dan Scott's going to be making his way into the penalty box, and it looks like Milan Kalina is as well. So it looks like referee Brooks is just going to give 2 for roughing to both players, just put it on the clock, see out the rest of the period. And the Mexican wave is getting underway here in Coventry now. It's that time of the day for Mexican waves. Still just waiting on Skins behind the back of the Bison net, just taking his time. It was quite a relatively high-speed collision, probably at the wrong angle, but Skins is back up and good to go. So a little bit of 4-on-4 action for everybody now with the 2 men in the box. Dan Scott for the Basingstoke Bison, Milan Kalina for the Sheffield Steeldogs. As it's dropped down on the play. 2 minutes holding the stick on Kalina, and then I reckon it'll be 2 minutes for roughing for Scott. As Karpov may get a chance to spring behind because Ralph decided to go for the hit. Karpov does indeed. He's got man on the far side in Mogg, but he's got to try and find something. Lays it back to Reynolds though. Reynolds will get a drive on. Big come out from Zamostra there. It comes back out to Reynolds with another drive. Good pad save that time by Zamostra. Really getting down to that first save, which is great to see. Bison tangle, and there's a stick lost in there as one of the Steeldogs players actually loses stick now. 1 minute and 25 left of this 4-on-4 action and in the period as well. As now Karpov tries to work it around into Antonov. Antonov trying to escape his man. Just about does so. And he gets onto Reynolds. Unfortunately, it's on the skate side for Reynolds, not the stick side. But Antonov does really well. He goes down on the play. No call. I think he was looking for a tripping call there. And now the Steeldogs actually got a 3-on-2 break. And the Bison are going to have to work this one back because Brownlee goes for the drive. Reynolds holds up firm, though, with his skate as we go into the final minute of this period. Brownlee with a big smother-up hit there on Karpov. Really good. Just hold the ban in there. Illegally, obviously. Not allowing any opportunity. Reynolds will take the chance to take it easy. Not like a Sunday morning. There'll be a lot of people in Coventry having an easy like a Sunday morning tomorrow, probably. Karpov tries to dump it off the boards to create an opportunity. Instead, referee Brooks decides there's a high stick on the play, so we're going to hold it down with 35 seconds to go in the period. Just been passed on a message from Matty Wellings on Twitter. Apparently reindeer is another example of a plural that doesn't, you don't have reindeers, it's just reindeer. Anyway, we're just waiting for this as the shot comes in. Skins deflects it around past the post. See, every day's a learning day, Kev. Every day's a learning day. Bison with it behind the back of the net into the final 15 seconds of this period. Mog will get a shot off that Zamostra's quite happy just to guide around the corner. Spur then tries to lay it across. Davies gets to it. Final 5 seconds. Maybe we'll get a heads up for a shot here from Smith. Oh, we're going to have a whistle. Are we going to go for the period break or are we going to go for the whistle? We're going to go for the period break. I like that. Very sensible from everybody involved there. Right there, 0-0 at the end of the opening period here at the Coventry Skydome. In this one, there were chances both ways. Zamostra and Skins have both had to be alert for opportunities. Good for my voice. Anyway, we're getting ready to go. Let's go have a look. Oh, I've got to try and stand up now. And I've just put my foot in a... Referee Brooks has his arm in the air and we are underway in the second period as both those penalties expire for Dan Scott and Milan Kalina. 0-0 at the end of the first period between the Basingstoke Bison and the Sheffield Steeldogs. As Karpov has a little bit of a hit there behind the ice with Kalina, who goes down. Steeldogs try and dump this one across ice to try and create an opportunity. As the man's driven in hard, Karpov goes out to the point to clash down on Morgan. Calvert just lost it off the end there and will actually force Dean Skins into the cover-up early doors. Could have been interesting if Calvert had just got away there, because he looked like he might have been able to release a bit of a good shot, and that might have put the Bison under a bit of pressure.
How are we doing over there, Howell?
Bison taking the chance to change their lines up. Of course, they are the nominal home side, being the conference playoff champions. So as a result, they get the choice of the last line call. Morgan with the shot, then broken up actually in front by Calvert, who tries to spring it to Connolly. Connolly's only able to just get a stick on it. And now the Steeldogs have to come out the other way as Sitch Cunningham shows his work as the lines with the jumping legs there. Kalina now trying to create a bit of something. Gets the shot off, couple of deflections. Won't actually bother Dean Skins in the end because Ben Morgan has to collect, and actually that's well stepped in there by the Bison. Because forward now comes Malinek. Malinek trying to find the pass across into Sutton, but it's just off the end of his stick. And Smith will now try and work this one out. And that's actually a lovely pass in there to Calvert. Just a neat little layoff. Calvert gets a shot, it's deflected, goes around, and Spur will pick up what's left of the rebound. Goes in deep to Calvert. Spur goes down under a heavy hit there from Scott. Scott not afraid to put his body on the line, but Spur with it. It's looking for Kalina, who's trying to dance around and get free, but actually Spur loses it off the end of his stick and it comes out the other way. Connolly now collects it. Steeldogs with free across the black line there. Good little defence there, but Connolly going to work a shot. Zamostra able to block that one away into safety. Bison working hard to try and create it as Antonov goes down under a challenge from Kalina. Kalina tries to get it out and does so, and will get the lay back as well. Big long shift here for Kalina and Calvert, but it might work out. In fact, Kurt Reynolds gets a stick in there as Kalina tries to get the shot on net. And Dan Davies, along with Reynolds, will work this one out. Antonov just loses it off the end of the stick, but no icing on the play. So Bell will now try and regroup, and Ralph with it in there, and Brownlee with it in there. And when Brownlee goes down right in front of referees, Brooks, no call. Karpov tries to throw it back on net. Karpov trying to wheel it out the corner. Bison need to find a man in the slot. Eventually Antonov gets there, just loses it off the end, but Mog is able to keep that one in the offensive end. Round the back to Davies. Davies goes for the big lay back out to Mog for some reason, but it didn't come off. 2 and 5 gone in the period, and the Bison have to regroup behind their own net. Mog also showing maybe the ice just a little bit tricky, maybe it's a bit changing, because that's 2 fans we've seen from players. As Mog's hit into the board there is hard, no call there on the one on Sharnock. Comes back out. And now Davies gets his head up and tries to skate away. Karpov joins in the rush. Karpov gets the shot off, but it's padded away there by Zamostra. He does well to win it back, and Sharnock as well. But, oh, the Steeldogs lose that one as they come out. Davies trying to find a bit of support. The Bison have gone back into defence, but Davies gets the shot. Oh, and Karpov had his arms in the air in celebration there at Dan Davies' shot, but it pings off the pipes. It was a heck of a shot there. Zamostra didn't know much about it, but the goaltender's best friend made sure that one went by. It was a heck of a shot there. Turned on a sixpence and wellied it. Put everything he got into it, and it went off the pipes and up into the... Zamosdra must have got a touch on it because it stayed in the zone. So fair play to Zamosdra if he did so. There was a good ping on it. Bison now trying to work this one around with Smith in deep. It's a familiar pattern to the first. Steeldogs trying to spring a surprise. Bison with the sustained pressure. Smith trying to wrap it around. Greg Wood does very well to hold him up there. Then goes down and Hurst comes out the other way. 2-on-2 break here. If the Steeldogs can work this one. Put the shot on. Skins forced to pad it behind and Hurst just can't get there ahead of his man. And the Bison will take the opportunity to regroup. But a high four-press check coming in from Lloyd Gibson and Andrew Hurst. And Smith tries to get it out the boards. Can only get it to neutral ice. Steeldogs under pressure as Petts takes a body there. I thought it was a high stick, but it isn't. Thought it was a high stick. It actually might have been a bit of a high stick. Just the way he reacted to it there. Normally you can tell when a player throws their head back, it's been a high stick out of nowhere. But nothing to do. I'm just glad to see you don't want to see a game spoilt by completely accidental high sticks. Forward come the Steeldogs. This actually worked out here for Barry, and it's a good stick on the play there by... Oh, it's a broken stick. I thought Petts had actually got a stick on that one, but actually it's a broken stick. New twig needed off the bench. Just what equipment managers want at this time of the year. Bison trying to dance around, but it's Malinick who's unable to do so. And Petts goes in for the high forecheck. Instead coming out the other way is Barry, who's impressed me at both ends of the ice. And a funny bounce off the boards. Nearly put the Bison in trouble, but Dan Scott and Skins work it out. Sutton with it in neutral ice. Gets driven in by Smith. And the Steeldogs, well, that's a turnover. There's no other word for that one. And Connolly will pick up the pieces, plays it off the board. It's a great hit by Smith, though, as Connolly tried to skate around him. Just timed it to perfection. Nothing malicious. Just using the natural body forces to do a good job. And it'll allow the Steeldogs to regroup in their own with 4 and 16 as the man loses his skate in the middle there. Steeldogs will come forward with it, trying to work something good. Stick on the play there. Stop it going to Calvert. And now coming out the other way of the Bison, it's Karpov and Connolly in a 2-on-2. Karpov just looking for support from Sutton. Doesn't come out cleanly to him. And the Steeldogs need to come the other way now as Kalina takes it forward. Kalina dances round 2 men, gets the shot, and it's just deflected wide. Skins had committed to the save, but in the end didn't need to bother about it too much. Into the corner it goes with the pair of them as Bell puts it on net. Nearly a dangerous tip there by Calvert. In the end it just bobbles through and Skins is able to deflect it away. 2-on-2 break here. Sutton and Karpov at the end of a long shift. Sutton just decides to drop it on net and in the end Zamosdra gets there on the cover up. Took a little bit of time, a little bit lackadaisical there. Could have been interesting if Karpov had snuck in and put it in the back of the net, but no, 4 and 15 gone in the period. Yeah, 2-on-2 break there. It's always great when you see a 2-on-2 break or a 3-on-2 or a 2-on-1 at the end of a guy's shift and you just see 2 shattered players trying to get their legs moving. But Reynolds with the draw win, with the win off the draw, and the Bison will try and come away with this one now. Looking to work it around is Davies, lays it off into Reynolds. Reynolds trying to work it around the back of the net into Dan Davies. Dan Davies working hard, works hard, but it's broken up very well by the Steeldogs. And actually, here comes the breakout we're talking about. Ralph takes it forward. Dumps it in far side for Sharnock to chase onto. Sharnock just loses it off the end of the twig. And we've just got his fresh one. And the Bison go for the big long cross-ice pass where Antonov tries to get on it. And he gets a hit for his troubles from Ralph, but he gets hold of the puck. But again, the Steeldogs are just getting their bodies behind the puck at the moment as Ralph battles for that one out of the zone. Does very well to do so. And Antonov has to retreat into his own zone and actually nearly turns it over because Sharnock's going to get an opportunity to step on that. Mock admitted. And don't worry, Antonov this time has got it. As Davies takes it forward, looks to just take neutral ice, dump it in for Smith to chase onto. Wraps around the boards where Palak picks it up. Palak, big hit, but it comes out the other way. 2-on-2 break then. Brownlee taking this one forward. Looks to work around his man, gets the shot off. Skins strong at the near post there that time. And Palak lays it back. Morgan looks to dump it in around the boards. And Sharnock will collect it again. Steeldogs, this has been a bit of sustained pressure. Sharnock with it, got men on the point with Barry. Palak's moving into the slot, looking for Palak on the workaround. Instead, Morgan's going to have to come off the point to win that one. Does so, gets around 2 men, looks for the layoff. Good break up on the near side there by Stuart Mogg. Actually did a really good job, but another turnover. Sharnock, if that had laid on to Palak, he would have been in one-on-one for a close-up effort. Instead, Palak's going to have to work this one down very well to work it there. Gets the shot off past the post. Going to come out to the point where Morgan collects it. Sustained from the Steeldogs. Shot from Morgan. Rebound in front. Big rebound there. And unfortunately for Palak, he couldn't find the twine. Steeldogs still with it. Another shot in. Skins reaches for it, but it goes wide and past him. Desperate to get a stoppage here, you fancy the Bison, because it's gone all the way around where Connolly's now going to try and work it out against Brownlee. All he can do is clear it into neutral ice, and the Steeldogs will once again come forward. 7-3 gone in the period. Best spell of the game here for the Steeldogs. It's been consistent as Petch tries to win it in neutral ice. Marlanek gets in there as well, and Wilson now with it. Wilson looking to create an opportunity. Wilson with the puck for it, trying to find Dan Scott in the slot, but this is where the Bison have to be careful. Again, Scott's moved forward there to be an additional rushing forward, but all it's left is actually a 2-on-1 at the back, and if the Steeldogs get alert to that, they might wait and actually go, you know what, that's how we're going to do it. Bison though, that one goes up into the netting behind with 7-30. Yeah, I'm just saying there, like Scott did really well there trying to create that, but actually what it left was a 2-on-1 at the back, which I have to be careful about. There's the banana! There's the banana! All that really good punditry ruined by me going, there's a banana. I just find that sort of stuff appealing, if I'm honest with you. Thank you, thank you. Bison now off the draw win. Got to try and work this one out of their neutral ice. It's dumped forward by Dewey, and Zamosdra puts the gloves on it to cover at 7-40. Gone. Tell Steve Murray to get his big head out of the way, just in the left-hand side of the screen there. That's better. No Steve Merry in shot. Makes everybody a happy person. This was no picture of a blimming beaver on my blimming pass this year. Dan Davies now trying to work this one around. Off the draw win. Turning, twisting, trying to come up with something. Eventually gets it to Karpov on the point, and that works out for Smith, who gets a shot on the near post, but it goes right through the crease all the way to the other side where Scott collects it on the top of the point and looks to work it around, but it's good play there again. Greg Wood, all the experience that Greg Wood brings from midway through the season for the Steeldogs, so key. Karpov in a battle, and we're going to have a hand pass. Referee Brooks deciding there was a hand pass there with 8-6. Yeah, it'd be interesting if the Steeldogs can grow on that little spell of pressure. It was about a 30-40 second spell there where they were just continually rotating, moving the puck around, creating opportunities, picking up the rebounds, going back to the well, creating the next opportunity. If they get a couple of spells like that in this game, and add it to where they've actually been a bit dangerous on the break, it gets interesting. The Bison aren't creating this period. They've had the one that ringed off the mid-save by Zamodra and off the pipes. That's been it. You have to say the Steeldogs have probably had the better opportunities in this period so far. As forward now comes Kalina trying to create something he can't do, and Connolly turns and goes. Looks to create a bit of gap here. There's Connolly. Lays it back. Shot comes in. Nice glove save there by Zamosdra. That's actually a bit of creation there by the Bison with Paul Petts getting the shot on. Good shot under a lot of pressure there. But Zamosdra equal to it with the gloves. Oh, replay. Exciting. Yeah, Connolly getting away from his man. Nice little layoff here for Petts, and as you see the pressure began to come. He actually took a little bit from Kalina there, but the pressure came, still able to get the shot away. Good decent shot, made the goalie work, made the goalie cover up. Another day that hits the glove and goes in. It's one of those things. Now they've got to try and work this one out, the Steeldogs. Going to come with a bit of high pressure there from Connolly and Sutton, but they do indeed get the clear, and here we go. This is what we're talking about. They get that head up with Spur. Spur dances in, shot is broken up by Reynolds. Spur now still with it, trying to just find that little bit of something. But instead it's Connolly. Connolly dumps it forward under pressure from Bell as Sutton goes in on the chase against Ralph. But it's Kalina who collects it. Kalina will now take it in over neutral ice, over the blue line, into the zone. Shot! Goal! What an effort there from Milan Kalina. It came a little bit out of nowhere, if I'm honest with you, that one. It looked like it was just going to go into the zone and work it in. Instead he lets fire with the shot from his own zone. Here's the replay with 9 minutes in the second. Bison just stood back on it. He let fly, and oh, that's a heck of a shot. Heck of a shot there from Milan Kalina. We talk about what a great player he is. He definitely was there. 36 goals in the regular season for the Sheffield Steeldogs. Put another one on the pipes there. 9 minutes gone in the second. It's 1-0 to the Sheffield Steeldogs. That's what we're talking about there. That's what I've been saying. They've looked dangerous on the break. That one there was just a one-man break. They've normally had 2 or 3 bodies rolling forward. That was just a one-man break. But you can't afford to let that guy eventually have the shot where it flies in like it did there. Always dangerous. So the Bison, it's got to start clicking at some point, because to be fair, the Steeldogs are fully deserving of this lead. They've had a good couple of spells of pressure. They've had a couple of really good breakaways and a really good just working the Bison D over. And that's what happened as a shot comes in from Karpov that disappears past the post. Reynolds driven hard into the board. Is it going to be an all-North final tomorrow as Karpov and, Reynolds there tries to get the shot off. Karpov now working hard in against Sharnock. Bison just trying to keep this in the zone at the moment, trying to build their own spell of pressure. That's broken up. Maybe a chance for Antonov. Zamostra shutting the legs though very well, making sure there was no chance. Bounce off the board so Karpov can't get it cleanly. Zamostra's looking really fine on that first save. He's stopping everything at the moment. That's why he's got such a high save percentage. As forward come the Steeldogs again. Sharnock trying to create it this time. Falls out. Antonov lays it off into Wilson. Wilson dances round. Still got hold of the puck as a man goes down for the Steeldogs in front of Zamostra. Wilson works that opportunity well. He's still on the backhand though. Needs to try and find something. Does so with Antonov. Antonov tries to feed it across. It's a high percentage. It's a low percentage pass. Sorry there. High danger, and all they can do is the Bison can only dump and get the line change with 10 and 21 gone in the period. As Brownlee looks to try and create the opportunity for himself now, can't do so. There's Pets and the guys digging it out in front there. 3 Bison men, 1 Steeldogs. Tells you who's on top at the moment, doesn't it? Bison slightly Sheffield chasing the game now, you fancy. Already it's only 1, but they've not really produced anything. They need to start producing as the Bison try and work this one around through Malinik. Malinik gets the lay. Can the man get it shot off at the inside there? Good play there by Zamostra, coming diving out once he knew it was safe. Bison kicked the puck back in the zone, but instead it's the Steeldogs coming the other way as Hurst dumps it in. Goes in behind the net, and we're going to have an icing on the play here. Hurst hadn't taken neutral ice. Hadn't taken the red line, so we're going back all the other way. 11-10 gone in the second period. Legs just beginning to seize up on the gantry. Slowly but surely. It's that time of the night. I'm 30 these days, Kev. I need to take like my vitamin pills and sort of cod liver oil and, you know, all those, the good stuff. It's just getting to that point, you know. Anyway. Scott tries to play this one out into Gibson, but it's broken up on the inside, and Gibson trying to get around. Antonov now going to be in a foot race here because he's going to be under a bit of pressure. Lloyd Gibson got the guns going and delivers a hard hit just to let him know he's there. The Bison coming out the other way. It's Karpov, spots a bit of open ice. He's got little support at the moment. It eventually does come, but it falls off the end of Smith's skate. And the Bison now, instead of it being quite a good opportunity, they've got to do a lot of hard work to dig this one out. Into the corner it goes with Karpov and Smith, and it comes out to the point where Dewey plays it out. Goes all the way down the other end, it's icing. 11:47. Actually, I found my first grey hair the other day, by the way, Kev. Yeah, it was in a kebab. Yeah, it was not a good moment. No, not even a titter. Not even a laugh. Not even a, yeah, just a nod. Yeah, I heard that one before. Yeah, I know. All my jokes are old, mate. All my jokes are old. 11:47 gone in the second period. Steeldogs 1 up in front. As I said earlier on, I'm so happy when I see like Shirley, who's here for every year. Shirley's an absolute trooper for the Sheffield Steeldogs on the bench. She always comes here. She works the medical every year. She's a medical assistant, no matter what. No matter what, she's always here. Do you know how nice it is to finally see her here with her boys? That's a lovely pass from Hurst. He's going to get the opportunity in there. It's past the post, and the man's gone down on the play actually at the end of it. Wondering if referee Brooks is going to pick up. No, he's fine. The players are playing on, and the man's made his way back to the box. Connolly didn't know it was coming. Eventually it does come through. Shot comes in. Zamostra gets the shoulder up to that one, and it goes up into the netting behind. But yeah, it's great to see Shirley here with her boys. She's got such a smile on her. Always has a smile. But it's so nice to see her with her team here. Just really enjoying the atmosphere. It's so nice to see. And like the Steeldogs fans as well. Like back in the day when they were the Sheffield Scimitars, I can remember walking into the building for a midweek match. And you wondered why the building opened. Because there was no one there. But actually, it's nice to see. I've seen they've had sellouts this year. It makes you so happy to see. Connolly now's picked this up for the Bison. Can he get an opportunity? Connolly's going to work it. Works it actually back in deep to Malinik. Gets the feed back, but it's in the sticks. Sorry, skate rather than the sticks. And the Steeldogs now come out the other way with Milan Kalina. Kalina looking to dance around his man. Gets it onto Calvert. Rebound in front. Still there. Got to be careful. Connolly able to just pick up the pieces a bit, and now Malik tries to get his head up, lays it into Davies. Davies tries to skate round his man, but he's driven into the boards well there by Ralph. Just use his size, use his strength, completely cleanly, nice play. 12 and 54 gone in the period as Ralph looks to dump this one in. It's going to force Dewey and Reynolds into a back chase as around the boards they come, and Wilson actually does well there again. Just a little strength, a little nudge, using the laws of physics, great stuff. Wilson losing that one off the end of his stick though, gets it back and then loses it again, but not for the want of trying. Petts collects it in neutral ice now. Petts looks to wheel it across to Reynolds, who gets a little friendly greeting there from Calvert. It's a nice pass actually by Dewey to spring his man as Petts gets there, but the Steeldogs at the moment looking controlled defensively. Brownlee takes this one forward, looks to dance it in, it just jumps up, and in the end Sutton takes control of it around the back of his net. 13 and 34 gone in the period. Nice little breather for me there, first time in quite a while. It's the big pass down the ice, no icing on the place. Karpov will be able to collect it. He's got to try and dance with danger and try and find something. He's going to go to the point, but it's a high risk pass, and actually this could end up in a foot race between Sharnock and Scott. There's a man in the middle for the Steeldogs, no icing on the play. Sharnock gets around Scott at that occasion, looking for the man on the point. Barry stepping in, Brownlee going to the slot. In the end he finds neither of them, so what started as something very promising actually breaks down into something quite disappointing. And that's actually an even poorer pass there, because the man's in the middle. They're going to find him. He's broken up first time. Dean Skins comes up big for the Bison there. It was a poor clearance there by Elliot Jury. A poor misplaced pass onto an on-rushing Steeldogs man. Here you can see it. Palak lays it across. Oh, Brownlee will want that back, and Sharnock will want that opportunity as well. Yeah, it was just all of a sudden Palak just stepped into the play. Could see where it was going as I throw water all over myself. Goodness me, too exciting up on here. But yeah, Palak just stepped in at the right moment, and all of a sudden the bodies were still there for the Steeldogs. They hadn't quite exited the zone from the previous play, so it's that high risk there. At the moment, there's a lot of high risk passes. They're looking for the big cross-ice pass in the offensive end. They're looking for the big cross-ice pass out the off defensive end. Sometimes you just got to play the basics. As Connolly dances it around, Smith's going to create the opportunity. Great save, rebound, and there it is, the equaliser for the Basingstoke Bison. They got dirty. There's no other way of describing that goal. It got dirty. Smith with a lovely bit of work, good save by Zamostra, but finally the rebound that they've been looking for all game, buried by captain Aaron Connolly. 14 and 27 in the second. It's 1-1 on the scoreboard. Did I deafen you over there? There's no way of describing that. Sometimes you're going to see really pretty hockey, really beautiful stuff where it all looks wonderful. Sometimes you're going to see just men trying to jam a puck home from 5 yards out. And that's exactly what I wanted. But we go back to this from game one. For those of you who have been with us all day, Telford did the basics. Put the shot on, waited for the rebound, buried the rebound, put traffic on the net. It's the first time the Bison have really got traffic around the net there, and they get their rewards. Now, will they go back to the well, having seen that big rebound? Will they go, you know what, let's get a few more shots on, let's put a little bit of extra pressure on, let's get some bodies around that net? Or are we just going to, or is it going to revert to type? Or is it just going to be the same? And the Steeldogs are still going to be dangerous on the break like this here with Calvert. Calvert gets the shot off, Skins with the save. Good rebound, because there's no one there. But then Mogg is very strong playing that in his own zone. And the pressure's going to come from Spur and Bell and Calvert. And Mogg's now under pressure behind his own net, eventually gets it out, but it's again a no-look attempt at a clearance, means they could have a chance here. Kalina are under a lot of pressure. And eventually Antonov will look for a pass out, but that's what we're talking about. It's high percentage passes from the Bison at the moment. They're trying to do the incredible. They're trying to unlock the Pandora's box. They're trying to do just too much right now. A bit of basics. Because that's all Sheffield are doing, and they're doing it very well. They're just knowing, you know what, Basingstoke might commit a man forward, we're going to wait and try and hit it on the break. It's all those basics at the moment that actually the Steeldogs are doing really well. It's working out for them with 15 and 22 in this period as Sharnock steps in and gets a puck win, but Antonov will look up and get his head, and he feeds it into Dan Davies. Davies takes it forward over the blue line, got Karpov in support, loses it off the end of his stick. Maybe still there though as Davies looks it back, gets it back, but Sutton just can't get control of it with his skate. And we're going to neutralise, and out come the Steeldogs now. That bit of pace here with Palak. Palak going to try and work an opportunity on his backhand. Lays it onto the back of the net where Sharnock picks up the bounce back. Sharnock with it now. plays it into Ralph. Ralph looking around to try and find something. Back and around they come into the supporting Palak. He's going to wheel. He's going to let go with the fly. Broken up in front. Skins didn't even need to see the shot. Big hit into the ball. Big hit. I'll take that back. Palak just laid into Wilson and just put him in the boards. But that might be Smith and Petts exactly the same there. And now Sutton following it in. And Petts actually loses his helmet, so has to make his way off the ice. Sutton trying to find something. And Smith coming off the bench to replace the helmetless Petts. Nearly gets a bit of work, but Ralph will take it into his own zone. 16 and 30 to go in the period. As the Steeldogs dump it into neutral ice. Now Gibson, there you go, 2-on-1 if they work this. Gibson's got Wood at the net and tried to find him. Comes back to Morgan, his shot just past the post, not a million miles away. Another shot in, whistles past the post. Bison overcommitting defensively a little bit, and it might come back and cost them. It hasn't so far today, but eventually it could do as they try and work this one out. The bouncing off the boards is not very pretty. As forward comes Dewey. Dewey actually turns his man, loses it against Wood, drives him in hard. Wood's not going to let up a battle there. And in the end, we actually have a penalty call here. Referee Brooks with the arm in the air at 17 and 06 for our first individual penalty of the game, which will be roughing. And it's going to be roughing on the Basingstoke Bison, number 36, Elliot Dewey. So having just lost control of that puck, he then ends up with a roughing call in the corner. So now the Bison find themselves on the penalty kill, the Sheffield Steeldogs on the power play. See how this one goes. What a time to score a goal on the power play though. Telford were doing it earlier in the game, just hitting those power play goals when they needed them, and it did prove all the difference. 17 and 6 in the period, 2 minutes of power play as the Steeldogs come up with the win. Morgan looking to work it around. Trying to find something is Morgan. There's a man on the spare side. He's going to fall. Nearly should have fired that one in. Instead, Antonov's going to get away. And the Bison can have a 2-on-2 break here as Antonov and Davies take it forward. Antonov looking for an opportunity. Gets it. There's the shot. Good save by Zamostra. Good save by Dimmy Zamostra there. Very strong. Stood up well. And now back come the Steeldogs as Kalina. And now Morgan takes it forward. Bison needs to get the bodies back behind the puck with 1 minute and 30 to go on this power play opportunity. Puck into the corner there as it works its way back out to Morgan. Morgan working that one around into Kalina. Kalina looking for an opportunity. 3 men at the net for the Steeldogs. They've worked that well. No one knows where the puck is apart from James Spur, who collects it. Lays it back to Kalina. Kalina looking for an opportunity. What can he find? Out on there, goes inside on the backhand. Will have to work hard and works it back to Kalina. 1 minute to go as the shot comes in, rebound in front. Smith nearly got a bury on that one. It just fell off the end of his stick. The Bison having to work extremely hard in the defensive end because the Steeldogs are doing the right thing, putting the bodies on the net, waiting for the rebound. Morgan with it drives in, whistles past the post. We collected by Kalina. Kalina into Spur. Kalina out to Morgan on the point. He lets fly again. Looks for the tip. Rebound off the backboard. Shot. Save at the near post. Smith working very hard. 37 seconds of power play left as Spurs got it into Kalina. Back to Morgan with the drive, and it's down the gut of Dean Skins as Reynolds and Spur have a little bit of an after. But no, just nothing to worry about. All fine. No worries at all. 31 seconds left on this power play opportunity.
The prize is £1,000 and 50 pence.
1-1 on the scoreboard. This has been a good power play by the Steeldogs actually. The Bison actually haven't got a clear. They've had plenty of opportunity. They're creating lots of stuff that's really good. Oh, you know what? 31 seconds here. If they can get a goal, they would love this. It's another draw win. The Bison desperately wanted to clear there. Palak into Bell. Bell works it around. Palak with it again. Loses it off the end of the stick, but he's got support. Works around the board. Scott will now try and collect it. And he eventually does get the clear. Connolly's going to open up the guns and gets them going, gets the Rockets going. No call on the play. Instead, Malik with the shot at the near post that Zamostra makes the first save on and ducks down for the cover-up with 8 seconds to go on the power play and just 1 minute and 2 seconds to go in the period.
5205 if you've got that. You need to go to the scorer's bench. We'll see these two a little bit now. Well done if that is our winner up there. Well done to you.
Puck draw win there for the Steeldogs again on this power play as Sharnock looks to dump it forward and force the Bison buck as Elliot Dewey's penalty does indeed expire. Sharnock blows a tyre as he goes in along the boards there, but it's worked out by Brownlee into the point, and the Steeldogs working it around. Scott having to step in on the backhand, play it around to Connolly. Connolly with it, trying to find something, but will hold it in amongst the boards there, just in the corner, battling away is Brownlee. Brownlee trying to find something, but can't do so. Bell with the shot then as Malinek comes in and the Bison get it clear. And Malinek might have just sprung him behind the back, but Palak's there and actually tries to get hold of him any means possible. Reads it into the slot where Scott again had rushed forward to join the play, and it comes back out the other way. Steeldogs with a 3-on-2 actually, but Brownlee loses it off the back. Will get the shot on, tip at the net, Skins, comes back out. Morgan will try and drive, but actually Malinek steps in, gets the drive in the end, and the rebound falls back out in front. The Bison take the opportunity to clear it down the ice, and annoyingly that's just going to go with 4 seconds to go in the period. So we're going to have an icing call at the other end. Just looking forward to my break there, guys. I was looking forward to just, chilling for a minute. Is that what the kids say these days? Chilling? Chill? Not so much Netflix and chill, but, stream and chill tonight. I think that's what it's called. So here we go then. 4 seconds left in this period. Kids, ask your parents about Netflix and chill. I think parents will know about Netflix and chill these days. Sort of one of those urban dictionary things. You end up down a very dark alley on Urban Dictionary, I think it's fair to say. Anyway, 4 seconds left in the period. What's going to happen here? Bison come up with a draw win and we'll just have the buzzer. That's pretty much all that happens. There we go then. Goal apiece in this period. And we're underway in the third period of the second semi-final here in the NIHL Final Four, where it's the Basingstoke Bison 1, the Sheffield Steeldogs 1. All to play for here for the right to take on the Telford Tigers in tomorrow's final showpiece, the Final Four, Final 2, as I think it should be called. Anyway, forward come the Steeldogs now as they work it out with Spur and Calvert. A bit of pace, and Reynolds comes across, just stops Spur. It's a great battle between those two every time they've played this season. Nothing been left on the line as Smith tries to lay it in for Connolly to get out. Connolly comes in, takes neutral ice and dumps it forward, where Kalina and Smith try and halt his progress as Connolly throws the body in, but actually goes down on the hit himself and stays down as Calvert will now come forward with it. Calvert gets the shot on Skins, and actually Connolly is down in the far corner of the ice. Samostra just coming over for a check as well, make sure he's all right. Connolly is back up, trying to work out. It seems to be a jaw he's holding there. Not too happy about the draw. Don't think there's drawn any blood. There's no red substance on the ice or on his jersey with 40 seconds gone in the third period, so should be all good. 40 seconds then, Steeldogs with a face-off, and it comes back to Ralph. Ralph gets the drive on, broken up by Antonov, and he actually gets the bounce. And actually this is a 2-on-2 break here as Karpov takes it forward. Got the support, gets the shot past the post there from Dan Davies. Just laid off nicely there by Karpov as that puck just gets cleared out the zone by the Steeldogs. That's the first time the Bison have really actually produced something on a counter-attack, it has to be said. Anyway, Antonov lays it off into Karpov, 3-on-3 this time actually, as Karpov dances round his man but gets a little bump on the play by Ralph, which is just enough to halt his progress, and referee Brooks has his arm in the air for a penalty as Karpov tries to get a shot in as it's padded out of the zone, as Dewey steps in off the point to keep the play alive, tries to work it around. Instead Ralph will finally touch the puck, and it is a power play opportunity coming the way of the Basingstoke Bison following a hold on the play as called by referee Brooks. So into the box does indeed go Tom Ralph. 1:19 gone in the period. It's a 2-minute power play for the Basingstoke Bison. Be great to see how this one pans out. First power play opportunity of the game for the Bison. The Steeldogs had one where they put on a real sustained spell of pressure that was quite fascinating to watch. So it'll be interesting to see how it works out this time around. Referee Brooks with the arm in the air, waiting for the penalty to go up on the clock. That's why the delay's there. Referee Brooks just enjoying holding his arm in the air as we wait for the clock to finally click into gear. He's had a little bit of a heart attack at the moment, just a little bit of a slowdown. It's late, there it is, 2 minutes on the clock finally. I get it, it's that time of the afternoon, Kev. I'm normally at home with a blanket over me right now, just, you know, settled in as a referee, linesperson Stitch Cunningham decides, nope, we're going to go back around on this one, and throws Kalina out the box. So Tom Ralph with the 2 minutes holding penalty. And actually it's a win for the Steeldogs there, not what the Bison wanted at all with the power play opportunity, because the Steeldogs are going to force them all the way down the ice to regroup as Skins collects behind his own net. How's this one going to pan out then, as Mogg looks to work it forward onto the on-rushing Sutton, who's held up, and actually Zamosdra is able to clear it, and the Bison, oh well, they'll keep it alive as Mogg works it into Sutton. Sutton looks for Smith behind, but it bobbles on the ice, and Reynolds has to come in off the point to try and keep this one alive for the Bison. Just about does so, but it's a bit of a tangle of bodies, and Kalina, being the free man, is able to step in, but even he is forced into a board battle where eventually it is collected by Smith, who dumps it out all the way down the ice. No icing on the play, of course, because it's power play opportunity, so with 1 and 14 left on the power play, and the Bison haven't really got a shot on net yet. Malinik with it behind his own net, 1 and 8 to go on this power play opportunity as the Bison just get the lines right, get the fresh legs on, see where they can go with this. Scott with it behind the back into the final minute of this power play. 2 and 24 gone in the period as Karpov now the one to take it forward. Karpov just drops it back to Antonov. Antonov takes the neutral ice, goes in over the blue line, but loses off the end of the tape. And actually that's a really easy clear out there for the Steeldogs as Bell and Sharnock will try and exploit that opportunity. Sharnock gets his round his man. He has to, looking desperately for someone just to come into the slot there. Unfortunately, Cleaner had wheeled out the other way, and the Bison now collect it in front of the net and take it forward through Davies. Davies takes the red line and steps over with 30 seconds of this power play to go, in which so far nothing has been created at all, apart from a lot of tired legs. Coach Morgan looks to clear it out. Karpov holds it in, but he's under pressure straight away, and the clearance does happen, and we've got 17 seconds left on this power play opportunity. And then, there you go. Connolly's going to have to skate that one in. I thought he hadn't got a touch on it, but he just had to be out of the icing. Morgan looks to wrap it round the boards. Scott loses it on the blue line. End of the power play then for the Bison. Very disappointing if you're Coach Doug Shepherd right there. Your side were able to produce absolutely nothing. Steeldogs did well, but I don't think they really were made to work hard on the penalty kill there, it has to be said. It pretty much was presented to them. Anyway, forward they come with speed now as Brownlee takes it forward, gets held up once, held up twice, gets round the big hit, looks for the man in the slot, wheels it round the back of the net, tries to get the shot off, but actually Manlik's there, and a stick high just came through and hit Sutton on the way through. No call on the play as Petts gets driven hard into the board there by Smith. Malik now trying to work out something as Smith steps in, uses his strength, winds the man along the board. Good play, and the Steeldogs will try and come out of it again. They're looking very dangerous on the break at the moment as Brownlee goes into battle with Petts. And Mogg will have to wheel and turn the other way, but the pressure will come from Greg Wood. He's not going to let that one go down easy as the Bison force it out the other way. 4 minutes and 10 gone in the period as Reynolds steps it forward with Malinik. Malinik will try and create an opportunity for himself. He tries to go forehand backhand, goes behind the back of the net, still in control of it and lays it back to Mogg on the point. Mogg's drive in, looks to take a deflection. It comes off Gibson actually and disappears into the opposite corner where Hurst will pick up the pieces. Can't get a clean clear on it, and eventually one of his teammates follows through and does so. Now an opportunity here for the Bison. It's the end of the shift for these guys, but Petts will dump it across ice. Can't clear the man. Maybe they're going to get an opportunity here as Wood goes high on Smith and eventually comes round. Reynolds keeps it in there for Smith to chase up against Wood. Big long shift for those two boys out there at this moment as Wilson looks to try and collect something, trying to find something into Antonov. Antonov lays it off, gets it on the backhand. Good shot there by Smith. Didn't have a lot of space to try and turn and do something, but just got a very neat little backhand effort off there with 4 and 52 forcing Zamosdra into the cover-up. Let's have a look at that one again. Antonov with the lay in there. Smith. Sometimes just those little flicks can do everything. And the netminder, if he's set for something else and it just disappears in the other corner, if it comes up and flicks up, that can sometimes just prove all the difference. Four and 52 then. That's a draw win for the Bison as Antonov looks to wheel it straight away under pressure from Calvert there, and Kalina is able to pick up the pieces. He'll turn off the board. That's going to fall for Antonov, who takes a little swipe at it but can't get it clean. He gets a second shot off. Zamosdra committed, but it actually disappeared past the post, and now Calvert will look to take the ball, but broken up and neutralised by Antonov. Karpov's offside on the play, so has to go out the zone to go back in, and Calvert is able to collect behind his own net with the help of Coach Morgan. Broken up in the middle of the ice there, but the Steeldogs again collect it. That one will try and work in. Good little hand on the play there by Kalina to nudge that one forward into his own pass, as Karpov looks to make up for the mistake by Morgan, but it wasn't a mistake. It was actually a fine bit of play in the end, because he just got the body right. If it had gone past him, he would have been made to look silly, but actually it worked out well. Antonov can't win that one as Barry steps in on him again. He's proved with some of the most vital interceptions and turnovers of the game so far, Barry. Very impressive as Dewey now collects behind his own net. Going to look for a way out, but gets put into trouble. Couldn't find the outlet, eventually does as Davies lays it into Karpov, and Karpov will set Antonov free. Antonov's got a little bit of open ice, tries to get past Morgan, but Morgan shuts down that channel extremely well. Experience in action there, but Antonov with it on the backhand, shot past the near post of Zamosdra. Now Davies tries to pick it up back into Karpov. Karpov has it, looks for the wraparound, loses it off the end of the tape, and that one goes out, and instead forward will come Calvert now. Calvert up against Reynolds, turns his man, looking for support, tries to find it, coming off. Palak gets it. Palak trying to create an opportunity on the backhand, broken up on the near side. Spur at the net there, both those boys on the end of a long shift with Kalina. Kalina got the change into Palak, and Palak was able to provide a fresh pair of legs, but just the support sadly wasn't going to be there for him as forward come the Bison now, as Connolly's forced to dump it forward, and it will be an icing on the play as we go all the way with 6:40 gone in the first period. Bitty Botty at the moment out there, I think it's fair to say. Neither side in the ascendancy, neither side. It's always challenging, these moments of the game. It's always who's going to take a grasp, because if you grab this by the scruff of the neck, you can run away with this. We saw that with Telford. They got those 2 goals that just gave them that distance to separate themselves out. Hasn't happened so far tonight for either of these sides. Both have got their high points, both have had their best moments. I still do think the Steeldogs look the more dangerous if they get a break. Anyway, Sharnock at the moment is trying to work this one around in deep, gets it back out to the point where the shot will come in from Bell, looking for a tip and finds it. Skins are committed to the near post, it nearly disappeared past him at the far post. Thankfully for him, he was looking and the puck went the other way. Back into the corner now where Ralph can't get control of it on the blue line. Connolly desperately trying to step in there as Ralph dumps it around the boards, and the Steeldogs desperate for a too many men cry. Doesn't come off, but Brownlee has it. Man at the net as he shoots past the near post at speed. Palak picks it up. Reynolds trying to get hold of him and step in his way. And Palak does very well to turn the first time, but can't turn the second time. And Reynolds now has control of it. 7:24 in the period as Reynolds looks to come out. Under a bit of pressure here from Brownlee. Gets the layoff. Mog can only dump it forward. They're looking for the icing on the play, and they get it. Captain Connolly tries to claim he tipped it, but there was not a chance that actually happened with 7:31 gone in the period. So, 7:31. As we've got whistles on the play. Linesman Sitch Cunningham deciding, no, that's not the way to do it. Back into the face-off circle as Gibson and his co battle it out. It comes out for the Steeldogs, who will work it in deep, where Wood got his step on his man, and Wood has control of it. He's got the support of Gibson in there. Might not need him though, because Wood's going to be able to turn and go. He's worked very well, and it's only actually a work from Skins on the stick there that actually stopped that one, as referee Brooks decides to wave the big washout arms. Pett's now with it for the Bison, looking for Connolly. Comes off a Steeldog man, so there'll be no icing on the play. Connolly fed it in there to the on-rushing Sutton. Connolly gets it again, gets the shot off, and it's a completely blind shot for Zamosdra. And all that means is it's the back of the net for Aaron Connolly. Look at it on the replay. It's a Steeldog player who steps across it. Poor play. Connolly gets it. 2 Steeldog men with an absolute screen on Dimmy Zamosdra. Nothing he can do about it. Second goal of the game for Aaron Connolly. And the Bison go into a 2-1 lead with 8-1 gone in the third. It's not been pretty. It's really not been pretty with the Bison there, but that's the sort of thing, that's when the luck, you create those opportunities. Connolly. It's a poor turnover. He steps on it. Steeldogs players begin to panic slightly, and they create that screen. Zamostra has seen everything. Everything he's seen tonight, he's stopped. The one time he doesn't see it, it disappears past him. And that could be the difference. That could be all the differences in this game. 8-11 then in the period, as the Bison go for the big long cross-ice pass, which is actually waved off, so Morgan's going to have to collect this under a bit of pressure. And Calvert will now try and get this, and he might step onto this there. He might fancy this. He goes down on the play. Referee Brooks with the arm in the air. And it's just going to be a penalty for tripping. Oh, we've got the replay of this. Excellent news. On we come then. So Calvert got clear of his man. Yeah, it's the back leg of Dewey there that just little lazy with the back leg there, just casually leaving it out. And Calvert making the most of that. Probably the opportunity was probably dead actually by that moment. But it probably, as a coach, you're going to accept that as a penalty? Probably. I think you would accept that. You'd understand actually, you know what, the guys, that makes sense for that. So 8-25 then to go on, gone in the first period, and we've got a 2-minute power play for the Sheffield Steeldogs. They looked very good on their first power play. They put the Bison under a lot of pressure. Another one like that he just adds on the legs, obviously, at this time in the game as well, with Morgan looking to work it around into Kalina. Kalina's got his man in Spur in support. Spur goes back to Kalina. Kalina with it on the mark to Morgan with the drive. Big bat down in front. Calvert trying to snap it home. Back to the point. Kalina with it. Steeldog men lining up as Morgan's big shot is blocked by Karpov. And still in the zone though, with 1:30 in the power play to go, as Smith with control plays it into Calvert. Calvert looks for Spur behind the net. Spur with control of it now. Calvert's gone to the net to cause a nuisance. Smith with it though. Morgan still out on the point. Kalina on the other side. Smith trying to work it around to Kalina and does so. Kalina with the puck. Dances in, finds Spur inside. Bison having to commit bodies down. And eventually they get it all the way down the ice with 1:06 to go on this power play opportunity for the Steeldogs. There was a good shot in there as Kalina now trying to create it forward himself. Big check on the play by Dan Davies, and he's able to break it up and send it the other way, and actually forces Zamostra to play it with 50 seconds to go on this power play opportunity here for the Sheffield Steeldogs. Trying to work this one around then. See what they can do. Forward they come. Here's Brownlee. Brownlee does well there with Reynolds, goes down hard, but Reynolds only can get out to the point where it's collected by Ralph. Chance to set up some pressure with 30 seconds of this power play to go. Reynolds having to battle hard. Antonov as well battling in, their men down on the play. As there's a bit of a ball battle to try and dig that one out. Eventually Palak does so, does very well there because he was the last man coming in. Out to Ralph on the point, his drive, shot saved. Skins loses his stick. This is a dangerous bit of time here for the Bison as it's worked around for Palak. Palak trying to create something, great stick on the play. Still there, Scott trying to get it out with 5 seconds of power play. Antonov, and it's going back all the way in. 3 seconds left on the power play. Dean Skins finally able to retrieve his stick from behind the back of the net. As much as the Steeldogs haven't scored on that power play, they've actually forced the Bison to do quite a lot of work defensively. And again, we talk about depth. Steeldogs have got a lot of players rotating the lines around. Shepherd's gone to 2.5 lines, I'd say, right now. Bell with the shot, trying to work out something as the Elliot Dewey returns to the ice for the Bison. Sharnock now got it, trying to find the support of Brownlee. Brownlee will wheel and turn it on the forehand, gets it in onto the backhand, onto that great pad save there by Skins, and then he's desperately looking at that one as it disappears past the post as Bell lays it back inside. 10:42 in the period. Ralph with it, he lets go again. Again, Skins hasn't got that stick again. It's on the floor again. Now he collects it as the Bison clear it. Connolly's trying to collect that one in his skates and eventually does so. Lays it across the ice to the onrushing Malinik. Malinik with the opportunity. And we're going to have a penalty on the play. It's a penalty on the play against the Sheffield Steeldogs, as Ralph looks like he's going to be taking a trip to the box for elbows. So 10:58 gone in the period. Looked like it was just going to fall for Roman Malinik there. I'm guessing it was for the hit on Connolly towards the end there of that play as Connolly laid it off into Malinik. So Samostra's just taking a moment to take his helmet off, have a little bit of a rest. Don't blame him. Can get quite hot in here. It's been quite cool this year so far. We haven't quite been... It's normally like a sauna up here. Normally we've got shorts on and like sandals and it's almost like a Barbados theme up here, but this year it's a bit, classier. I like it. Wing-back chairs tomorrow. It's the way forward. 10:58 then, gone in the period. We've got a 2-minute power play for the Basingstoke Bison. Another draw win that doesn't quite go their way as, blows a tyre trying to keep that one in the zone. Davies with it, lays it back to Karpov. Karpov trying to create something, can't do anything, so just lays it into Davies, lays it out to Scott. Scott will let fly, looking for the tip, still in there. Chance, looking to work it around. Davies snaps, can't get anything on it. And the Steeldogs will come out the other way with it. Kalina, who does the sensible thing. He was looking to create the opportunity, but actually the Bison have got the men back behind the puck. And as a result, there was nowhere for him to go. So with 1:30, the Bison will regroup now in their own zone. There's Antonov and Karpov, and it comes up and to the near side with Davies. Davies into Karpov. Karpov's got men far side. It's got one, and Dan Scott lets fly. Pad save by Zamostra. Still in there for the Bison as Karpov works it around where he finds Antonov behind the net. Antonov into Davies, back to Karpov. Karpov with the shot. Two bodies there, no tip past the post, and Scott has to come in and try and collect off the point. Steeldogs can't clear because Smith keeps it alive. Smith into Davies, looking around, lays it back to Karpov, who sits on the point on the power play. Karpov into Antonov, but it just bobbles over the top of the Antonov stick with 55 seconds left in the power play. And the Steeldogs are able to at least get it to neutral ice where Dan Scott's going to have to collect it, and both teams take the opportunity to put some fresh legs on the ice. 12 and 12 gone in the period. We're into those final 10 minutes where the game, any goal, any moment, any mistake is magnified and amplified right now. As Malinek looks to take it forward, but he finds his pass blocked, and with 30 seconds of this power play remaining, the Bison are back in their own zone. Malinek with it now takes it into neutral ice, looks to dump it forward and finds the on-rushing Sutton. Sutton looks to try and create something, but he's driven into the boards by Bell and Sharnock. Comes back out to Mogg. Mogg just lays it off neatly into Malinek. Malinek then with it, looking for support. Mogg and Connolly take up their own zones on the point. Malinek with it, gets the shot off, broken up, and the Steeldog player felt that one on the glove. Drops his stick because he's in so much pain. Comes back out to Reynolds. Reynolds with little. He would want the full piece of that pie, and unfortunately only got a nibble as the penalty comes to an end. It's actually a 2-on-2 break how this is going to work out here. Ralph having to turn into a forward. Skins with the save. Big rebound in front. Bison picking up the pieces as Sutton tries to work it off the boards and out the zone. But instead the Steeldogs keep it in there again, and then eventually it does come round. Another power play actually coming up for the Bison as Dean Skins makes his way off the ice. Obviously not very happy with the elbows on that play there. Sutton did react to the late hit on him, and I do wonder if that's what the penalty's going to be for as they go across ice into Antonov. Antonov's on rushing, lays it back to Karpov, and Zamostra shows us what a lovely glove he's got as he keeps that one from going in with 13 and 32, but it's going to be Brownlee who's taking a little seat in the penalty box as another power play goes the way of the Basingstoke Bison. Let's have a look at that shot again. Great layoff, great shot there by Karpov, and a very pretty little glove save. Good work, camera team. Getting that one, you're happy with that, aren't you? Big smile. Big smiles for nailing that. Still not quite good as your Bakarek shot from last year for the penalty shot. Was it a penalty? No, it wasn't a penalty shot. It was just a breakaway, wasn't it? Yeah, that must have been even better. You weren't expecting it. Anyway, go buy the DVD last year if you want to see Kev do one good bit of camera work in 8 years I've been working. 13:32. No, Kev's great to work alongside. Don't listen to anybody else and don't listen to the press. Anyway, Bison power play opportunity here for Antonov. And Antonov with it again. He's got Davies. Karpov out on the point, and he now receives it. Karpov looking to wheel it across, lays it into Davies. He's going to get it on the forehand. Gets the shot off, broken up by Coach Morgan, as it goes back into Davies on the near side. 1:39 left on the power play. Antonov with it behind the net. Antonov into Davies. Davies looking around, finds Karpov. Karpov lays it across. It's too telegraphed though, because Lloyd Gibson steps in before Scott can let fly. And Gibson's going to try and open his legs here. Tries to put the pressure on Skins, but actually he doesn't come into a shot. It's more like a little tap at the near post, and eventually Bison come out the other way. 1:20 left on the power play. Scott lays it into Antonov. He decides to go himself. Broken up in front though by Morgan. There was a man on the far side there. If he'd just opened up his eyes, there might have been a chance. Instead, the Bison will look to build the pressure themselves now. There's Malinek with it. Malinek looking around to try and find a little bit of something, and finds Antonov behind the back of the net. Scott's out on the point for him, and he does go to him. Smith on the other side. Smith has it. He's going to let go of a shot. Turnover, and Kalina's going to go away one-on-one. Kalina up against Skins. Antonov goes in with him. They all go colliding into the net. We've got a penalty arm in the air. And I'm wondering what referee Brooks goes for. It is indeed a penalty shot. Milan Kalina was away, one-on-one with it. Let's have a look at it again. Kalina away. Antonov has to commit to the penalty, has to do something. In the end, there's only one decision you're going to make there. It is in the motion of shooting. It is an obvious goal-scoring opportunity. As a result, referee Brooks has got every decision in the world to make that one. I don't think you'll see a clearer penalty shot, probably ever. So then, we saw him kind of one-on-one a minute ago, and Dean Skins came up with the save. Now you're going to see him properly one-on-one. Milan Kalina against Dean Skins. This one to tie it up at 14 and 45. Let's see how it goes. Kalina in. Left-handed shooter. Be interested to see how this one goes. Kalina against Skins. Steps in. Kalina goes backhand, forehand. Oh, there was a little bit too much there in the end. Even again as Skins loses his stick. He comes up with the save. Let's go to the replay of that if we've got it. Great work here from the guys. Kalina very slow, methodical, forehand, backhand. But actually, in the end, the shot, Skins losing his stick, comes up with the blocker save to keep that one out. Impressive. Good save there by Dean Skins. Keeps it at 2-1 with 48 seconds of the Bison power play still remaining. Hey, we forgot all about the fact it was the Bison on the penalty kill when that one-on-one happened. So the Bison have 48 seconds of power play left with 14 and 45 gone in the period. Is that the turning point, Kev? Yeah, big nod of the head from Kevin. There was no doubt on that one. I like it. Assertive. Excellent to see. Bison looking to come out on this power play as Davies tries to skate round his man. Maybe a trip on the play not called. And eventually it'll actually be an offside on the play, and the Bison will go steaming in. As Connolly will play his man there, which we'll wait and see. Somehow that's been allowed. Steeldogs come forward now as Kalina, looks to try and create it. Karpov now gone down on the ice as forward comes Connolly the other way. Connolly looking to snap it off. Good save there with the shoulder by Zamostra as Davies with it now. Power play opportunity still on. Steeldogs maybe going to get a chance to break it with the other import as Palak gets sprung away. Palak comes in. Great stick there on the play by Dan Scott. Just getting down on the body as the power play comes to its conclusion for the Bison. Hey, on that power play, the best two chances fell to the Sheffield Steeldogs. Anyway, forward now comes Malinik. He's got every Steeldog player on the ice around him, and he just wants to keep hold of that puck with 15 and 45 gone in the period. That was a vital stick on the play there by Dan Scott. If he hadn't have got there, you would have seen the other import away on Dean Skins. Kalina now with it, looking to take it forward. Gets round one, tries to get round two. Pet's coming off the bench, actually gets in, will skate into Mosra, comes a long way out of his net. Needs to make sure he gets that one right. It's going to bobble around. Ryan Sutton's going to get a chance. Well stepped in there by Tom Relf, though, to break that one up as it goes up into the netting, and we'll have a stoppage in play. 16 and 12. Anything from the replay machine, guys? Go on, treat me. What we got? Oh, we got the Palak. Oh, well done. Perfect stuff here. So again, Palak just raced away. And just watch for Dan Scott. What a stick. Clean as a whistle. Well done, Kev. Good camera crew. Well done. Pat on the back, replay team. Great work from you guys there. 16 and 12 then. We're into the final 4 minutes of the period. 2-1 Bison. Still only a 1-goal game. It's really come to life, though. That penalty shot, couple of power plays. It's a bit open. Steeldogs, I said that they have to just spring at some point. There's a shot from Karpov that goes up into the netting on the other side. But it's what I've been saying since the early stages of the game. If the Bison aren't careful and they overcommit, you're going to see a guy rush away, sprint clear. It's happened twice. Once it's been saved by a penalty shot, and then Dean Skins comes up big with the penalty shot. And then on the second time, it's only a sprawling Dan Scott. That proves the challenge. So it's been very good. 16-25 then. All the way round then. Reynolds gets the tip on as Karpov will go into the zone, and Morgan collects it behind his own. He's got to deliver a coaching plan here that's going to prove successful. Morgan looking up, seeing if he can find it. It goes to the pass into Calvert. He's got on to Spur. Spur will get the shot off. Broken up though. Him and Reynolds have had a ding-dong battle tonight. Clean as a whistle though, which is really great to see. Just two hockey players just playing clean. It's been great to watch them two go into battle. 16 and 50 gone in the period. 2-1 Bison. Ben Morgan, got the weight of his world. It's his first year as a coach at this level. He's got to do a lot of thinking. He's got to work out how he's going to get the guys into what they're going to do. When's he going to take that time out? When's he going to pause Zamosdra? So many things. He's got the support of guys on the bench around him, but there's so many other things that go through his mind, through your mind. And Smith gets a shot off, and that rebound, could have gone anywhere. Instead, it disappeared over the bar, and Palak is able to get hold of it. Him and Reynolds have also had a good battle. Palak gets the layback. Brownlee had just stepped in too far, and instead it comes out the zone, where Connolly is now flying to try and beat Brownlee to that puck. He does so. He's finally got a bit of support from Malinek. Malinek's going to have to get the shot off on the backhand, which Zamosdra is able to stick around the post with 17 and 15 gone in the period. There's the board battle in there. The Bison would love it to be there for about the next 3 minutes, I reckon. Instead, it's going to come out, and Morgan's going to take it forward for the Steeldogs. But the man wasn't quite looking for the pass, and it breaks up, and Antonov is going to get a chance to step in. Got support. Antonov lays it back for Morelik. And it comes off the face mask of Zamosdra. Hopefully he is all right. Thankfully seems like he is, though. That man, though, who was that? Brownlee just didn't recognise the play. Antonov stepped in, men in support. Malinek's shot came off the helmet. Thankfully, if it had come off the rebounds, he actually pinged off the post, the rebound in the end from Antonov there. So Zamosdra just taking his time, as he should do. Just take it a little bit easy. Make sure he's happy to go. There's no point in rushing this. 17 and 33. It actually buys the guys a bit of a break. A little extra breather with just under 2.5 minutes to go in this period. Looks like we are maybe ready to go. No, Zamosdra just needs to have a bit of a running repair done. It's like tying a kid's shoes, isn't it? Up the elephant, round the castle. Or was that just me who got taught that way? Up the elephant, round the castle. Yeah, that's the one. 17:33 then. Bison coming up with a draw win as Mogg has to dump this one around. Sutton trying to get clear of his man. Bell using himself very strongly to stop it. Stick on the play though by Antonov as he actually works it back into the slot, and now the Steeldogs come out the other way and it's Cleaner. He's opened up his legs. He's had a chance here. Good stick on the play there by Reynolds. He's had actually a spellbinding game on defence, and it's strung a pass through to Antonov. Antonov 1-on-1. Great save by Zamosdra to keep this to a 1-goal game with 2 minutes to go in the period. It's end-to-end action. Cleaner's got Calvert rushing in. Calvert forehand, backhand. What a save there as the rebound came in from Cleaner, and a little bit of afters at the net as well. Skins did really well there to stay down and make sure that one didn't go in. What do we got? Here we go. Here it comes. Calvert rushing into the slot. It's a great save there by Skins. Just making sure the puck was there. Cleaner, of course, is going to have a little sniff in there. I don't think anybody's going to really complain about that one. The puck could have been free with 18. Except just a little friendly chat. You know what? Don't worry. Skins is still just a little bit down. I think he's just taking a little bit of a breather at the moment. Good work, replay and camera team. Well done. Again. Too much praise going on today. We're going to have to be a bit harsher tomorrow, aren't we? Step it on a bit. New management techniques. My boss would be delighted. He'd look at this and go, you're such a supportive member of staff. Why can't you be like that in normal life? And there'd be a lot of people who'd agree with him. 18 and 7 then. Into the final 2 minutes. A little breather might not be a bad thing because it was proper end-to-end action there for a little while. Draw win then. The Bison just about getting away with it as Karpov looks to clear out, but can only find Morgan on the point as they go again. And Morgan's going to have to open up his legs. A great skate across there by Smith. Just disrupted Connolly in flow. And now Morgan works it along the boards, off the boards. And it's collected again by Palak, who lays it across to Sharnock, who loses it off the end of his skate. 1 minute and 30 to play then in the period. Bison 2-1 in front as Morgan dumps it across ice for the chase. It actually goes into the netting. So he'll be coming back out to neutral ice. Not what Morgan wanted. You could see what he was trying for. Work it into the corner, try and get a break at that end, and then maybe go for the timeout. Instead, he's got to go for something else. Bison fans up on their feet. 2-1 in front at the moment. Still plenty to play for here. With 1:25 to play. Working it around as Smith tries to break it down, and it's still in the middle of the ice as Smith slaps it forward, goes into the bench, and instead we'll now have a face-off on the offside dots. That's 18 and 46. getting nearer. I do still fancy that the Steeldogs want one stoppage in the offensive end so that they can actually bring on who they want to bring on. And maybe look at pulling Zamosdra and going for that extra player. Morgan's rolled the dice. He's gone back to Kalina, Spur and Calvert, as you would expect. The line that's done him so well all season as Reynolds plays it across ice. And there might be the play they've been looking for, because it's going to be an icing against the Basingstoke Bison. 18:54, so we're 1 minute and 6 to go. And yes, I reckon Morgan is calling a timeout here. He is indeed. So it will be a timeout for the Sheffield Steeldogs. And I fully suspect you're going to see Dimmy Zamosdra make his way to the sideline as well. We'll have 6 skaters probably for the Sheffield Steeldogs. So yeah, 30-second timeout there. Plenty to talk about. Morgan leading the charge in the middle there. You can see he's telling everybody what he wants from them. He's telling them how he wants them to play it. Clear, concise instructions. Just checking to see where Zamosdra is. Zamosdra is indeed making his way onto the bench, so we will have an empty net for the Sheffield Steeldogs. With 1 minute and 6 to go here. You're nervous at home? Slightly tense? I always say 2-goal leads are the worst lead in hockey. 1-goal leads are the worst lead in hockey. 1-goal leads are just nervous. You never know which way it's going to go. I really probably need to turn my phone off, because all I'm reading about is how the Red Sox are just cleaning up on the Tampa Bay Rays at the moment as well. Anyway, 1 minute and 6 then. Let's see how this one works out. Cleaner gets it, but the draw win actually goes all the way out the zone, and Morgan's forced to chase back, so loses what he wanted to do. The Steeldogs still do get it as we enter that final minute of the period. It's Kalina taking it forward, dumps it on, tries to get the cover up, which Skins will allow him. So 19 and 8. 52 seconds left in the period. There's too much mental maths with this clock counting up instead of down. There is far too much mental maths. I'm not a mathematician. 52 seconds then. Steeldogs still going with the 6 men on the ice. And this time the draw win stays in the zone. Back to Morgan, who slams from the point. 2 men get there. Man goes flying in the crease for the Steeldogs, but the puck is still alive. Into the final 40 seconds as the Bison try and work it out, but Morgan keeps it shot on. It's bobbling around in there, just needs someone to bury it. Spur tried his hardest but couldn't. Davies tries to take it in the ball, and we enter the final 30 seconds. Connolly's going to be spared though. He's going to tap it home. It's a hat-trick for Aaron Connolly. It's a 3rd goal for the Basingstoke Bison, and that must surely secure them the place in tomorrow's final. It's Captain Connolly with a 3rd. The Steeldogs rolled the dice properly. They had to do it. Go for the extra man. All it needed was someone to bury that opportunity. Sadly for them, it didn't quite work out. And yeah, is that all she wrote? 3-1 with 26 seconds to go. So glad I picked Connolly before the game as one to watch. So glad. I love being proved right. Steeldogs still, they're going without the netminder. We're just, what they're going to do, they're going to go with the 6 skaters. So from the draw, they're going straight away. We're just going to stay with the 6 men on the ice as Sharnock dumps it across the ice. Only takes a second to score a goal in hockey, so you never know how this one could end up. Could we have another 4-1? Antonov gets it out the zone as we enter the final 10 seconds. Calvert will go back and collect this one. It took a little while to get going as the Steeldogs dump it in on Skins, who's forced into a save. It took a little while to get going in this one, but eventually it's the Basingstoke Bison who secure their place in the final, where they'll take on the Telford Tigers. It's a repeat of last year's semi-final in the NIHL semi-finals, where the Telford Tigers came out on top.